Hi, this is John Adams, and we're going to talk about Photoshop Vibrance Adjustments in the Adjustments panel. So today we want to use the Vibrance Adjustment to make this image a lot better than it actually is, more dynamic. So what we want to do is we're going to go over to the little icon on the Adjustments panel, which is here. It's called Vibrance, and we're going to go ahead and click on that. And it will bring up the adjustments properties, as you see here. And the adjustment properties shows up, but if we go to use this, it tends to make everything too vibrant. Same thing with the saturation. If we use saturation, the saturation helps a little bit as far as the image is concerned. But we do want to adjust certain areas more than others. Now, the green in the slider is not that great, but the saturation seems to look pretty good. But what we're getting in here is we're getting the face that's too pink and too vibrant. So too much saturation in there. So I'm going to go back and undo those. But we're going to go to the mask over here just to create a mask for this image, and then we're going to go down here to color range. So in color range you can see a preview of the actual image in here, and if you don't, you could try just clicking on the image and that will show the actual image. But what we want to do is the selection area. So right now there's the area that's selected is the white area here, which isn't all of the sky, and that's the main area that I want to make adjustments to based with the Vibrance Adjustment. So I want to add to this selection that's already started here, and as I click, I can click up here and add areas of this image to the selection, which is the blue skyline areas, and as I do that I get all that area. So you can see everything. There's some in his shirt too that have been selected, the white areas, but that's the areas that I want to affect. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK, and those areas are selected, and you can see up here in the you'll see here in the adjustments palette that it has loaded that mask. It's just going to affect the white areas. The black areas it's not going to affect at all, because masks work in black and white. White areas will be affected, black areas will not. So as we go back down here to the image, we'll see that we have the mask selected. Then we go back to the vibrance adjustments, and then we can either adjust the vibrance, which is going to increase the color of the sky, or we can go back and increase the saturation, which looks pretty darn good, but it should work only in those areas that are white. So I want to make sure that we're not getting anything that we don't want. So I want to go ahead and increase that. And do we want a little bit more vibrance? I don't think so. I think that's about it. But what we can do is click in the layers palette on the eye to see what it looks like before and after. So it really changes the image pretty drastically when you see it this way, and we like that blue a lot better. So if we click away, close the properties, we can see what we have here, and it's much nicer and a better tonal quality and color saturation for this image. The bad part was when we made adjustments to the curves, color balance, and saturation, it affected the skyline too much, and we wanted to didn't want to affect it that much. So that's why we wanted to use this selection that we used to create this adjustment layer before we went ahead. So I think we have a really good image now, and I think you should be very, very happy with that. And that's going to be the end of this discussion for Vibrance. Look forward to the next tutorial that's coming shortly.